Hey everyone, it's Monica Regan here. I am an independent epicure consultant and I am super excited to be making something for you today. I love doing these videos because I get to eat all the food afterwards. I am making our beef and broccoli stir fry today. So I'm going to be doing it as the recipe suggests, but I'm going to tell you about some options for how you can do this. This is, of course, like all our products, gluten-free. Comes in a little meal pack like this. You get 3 in a pack. Or sorry, when you purchase it, it comes in a 3-pack. The instructions are right here on the back. All of our ingredients, everything you need to know is all right here, so you don't have to remember anything. So this I have just simply poured in 1/3 of a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of soy, and the contents of this to let it sit and get ready to make into our beef and broccoli stir fry. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use our awesome wok. This wok has blown my mind. So I'm not really someone who ever was super comfortable with the idea of a wok to begin with. So when I took a risk and got this thing, I was absolutely blown away how awesome it is. So as you can see, it comes with this glass lid, which is great for steaming your food, for cooking things that are splattering that you don't need uncovered. It is ceramic coated, so it has totally nothing sticks to it. So I don't know about you, but when I make scrambled eggs, I end up feeling like at least one of the eggs is stuck to the bottom of the pan in the like I'm scraping it off with my fingernails. This thing, I make scrambled eggs in here because it doesn't stick. It's beautiful. These handles don't get hot unless you put it in the oven. This whole thing is oven and dishwasher safe, which is awesome. And it's just, I can feel it's getting nice and hot here. It's really nice and deep, which is really nice because obviously, lots of woks are, but it's nice because I use it for a lot of things. And so you can kind of make all different types of stuff in here. And I'm just going to give you a really nice picture of that there. So leave it on here so it gets hot. Now we have silicone cooking utensils, and I use these silicone cooking utensils exclusively now, and they do not scratch, which is awesome. So obviously you don't want to scratch a ceramic coating or any of your pots and pans, and these are great for that. The other thing is they have a steel core inside, so you can't, bend them easily. But they don't get hot. So you can leave them on the side of your pot and they don't heat up. You can pick it back up. Now, so that's our silicone. And to make our beef and broccoli, as I said, I've made up the sauce mixture here. So that was 3/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of soy, and the contents of the package. And I am doing it traditionally. I have a little less actually than 4 cups of broccoli here. It calls for 4 cups. This is our 4-cup prep bowl, so I know exactly how I'm slightly shy. But I think we have enough broccoli. And then I am not a huge beef eater. We're trying to eat mostly vegetarian or vegan in our house, but every now and then I like to try our products as they're recommended. So I am using this stir fry beef. It's been pre-cut to a stir fry style. And I really like this company, Two Rivers. They do really naturally raised, forage fed, no hormones, no antibiotics. So if you are in the greater Vancouver area and you don't know about Two Rivers meats, I highly recommend them. They're local and they're fantastic, really ethical company, which is obviously part of the reason why I love it. Just like Epicure is a very ethical company. Now, I just realized I haven't put any oil in here. This calls for 2 tablespoons of oil, so I'm just going to douse some in here. I think that's more than 2 tablespoons. And a little trick that my mom taught you, and you guys might know this, but when the oil gets shimmery, that's when you know it's getting hot. And it's shimmering pretty much right away, which should be no surprise because, of course, it's on hot. So I'm going to cook all of this. This is actually a little bit more than I think it really actually calls for, but I'm going to put it all in here because I thought it. So I figured I got to cook it. It's so noisy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm sitting here cooking this really noisy food while you're watching. Okay, so you can see it's cooking up really quickly as a hot wok will normally do. And I'm really confident using my silicone cookware that I'm not going to scratch this pot, which is nice. This looks so good. I'm really excited to have this. So now, like I said, you can forget what you're doing with this stuff, and you can just look back. So it says stir fry 1 pound. I definitely have more than a pound here, but I think it's okay. Stir fry 1 pound of thinly sliced beef strips until cooked. Stir in 4 cups of broccoli florets and steam for 2 minutes, and then add the seasoning mixture uncovered until sauce thickens. Oh, I think I go there. So I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more. It's not quite there yet, but it's pretty quick. Like, this is going to be dinner done and ready to serve. Daddy and the kids are out at the park, and I think by the time they get back, we're going to time this all perfectly. Oh, now it's starting to calm down as the moisture's coming out of the meat and settling that sizzle down a little bit. So the beef is getting pretty nicely done here over our high heat in the wok. And this wok, if I didn't say before, can go into the oven up to 450 degrees. So it's really versatile. You can use it for lots of different things. I think we're just about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in my broccoli now. And it says to let it steam for 2 minutes. And while that is steaming on there, I feel like I need to turn the heat down a little bit. It's really hot. And I don't know if you can see this. It looks like so steamy. It looks like it's in a graveyard with it all like, ooh, like steamy. I don't know. Being silly. But what I am going to do is show you the rice that I made to go with this. So I actually had a little bit of, I had less than I needed of brown and white rice left. And normally I would never cook them together because they cook differently. But our steamer is really such an amazing tool because I threw them both in here and I put them in the microwave and set it for about 20 minutes with some water. Checked on it at one point, kind of needed to add a tiny bit more water in, but the rice has steamed. I literally have put nothing else in here. And it's gone into the microwave, and it's a total set it and forget it. So our steamer, this is our large multi-purpose steamer. I can't remember how much the capacity is, but it's pretty big. I make lasagna in here, and look at how this rice comes out. It's just perfect. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's still hot, even though I finished cooking it before I started this video, so it's keeping it nice and toasty in there. So I'm going to put the lid back on. This steamer is amazing. You can make popcorn in it in the microwave. It is oven safe. You can do that in the oven too. Popcorn in the oven. It's a little trickier to keep on the timing of, but it is doable. I have baked in here. I've made crumbles in here. It comes with a little tray, so you can put some protein, like some chicken or some tofu or whatever, on the bottom with some seasonings on it, put the tray, and then put some veg on the top and steam them all together. And as I say, it can be done in the oven up to 450 degrees. It is a food grade silicone. And then of course it can be used in the microwave. I was not a big microwave person before I started with Epicure. And I actually have to admit that after doing my own research, I just got really tempted to try out microwaves because, I couldn't find anything to really indicate that they weren't a really healthy and safe way to cook. And actually what I could find was evidence that cooking in a steamer in the microwave actually retains the nutrients in the vegetables better than it does in the oven or in boiling. So I wanted to try it out, and so far for me it's been a hit. You might not feel that way about microwaves, and that's totally fine. If the steamer is something that's of interest to you, it's still a totally versatile and usable tool for your oven. And I did have it for about 8 months before I got a microwave, and I used it all the time. So it's absolutely a fantastic tool. So I'm going to check out oh, look at that broccoli. It's brightened up. It looks so lovely and bright now. And now I'm going to add in our sauce. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a tiny bit of water there. All I'm going to do here is just cook this until the sauce thickens. And that's dinner done. I'm going to plate up some rice, and then I'm going to top it with the beef and broccoli in this lovely, lovely sauce. It smells just divine. So while this is thickening up, I'll just let you know a couple of the quick things about Epicure that I think are relevant for you to know. One is that Epicure is all low sodium, like very sodium conscious. So one thing to note is if you like your saltiness, you have the option to make it saltier yourself. And as you can see, I have my whole array here, and I keep my salt grinder and my herbed garlic salt handy because I do like to add a little bit of salt back into some of our products. But what that gives you the option of is being able to choose yourself how, if you have salt that is like a concern for you and you need to watch your salt intake, you have the option to do it at the saltiness that you prefer and that's healthiest for you. So definitely feel free to add salt to our stuff if you like things a little saltier, but know that if sodium is an issue for you, low sodium is absolutely a focus for Epicure. Health is a really big focus for Epicure. Now, in terms of going vegetarian or vegan with this, almost all our products are actually vegan as they come, and then if you add non-vegan to it, then obviously that changes it. And whoa, it's getting hot. And so you could do this with tofu. You could obviously pump up the veg in it more. There's a lot of ways to make these things more versatile, to be done without meat. But I'm pretty excited. I don't have beef very often, and I just think this looks really good. But that said, obviously you can make this vegetarian if you want to. So I am going to plate this up, and I am going to enjoy it, and I hope that you try it out and enjoy it too. So once again, I'm Monica Regan, and I'm an independent Epicure consultant, and we have just made our beef and broccoli stir fry with rice from our steamer and in our beautiful wok. All right, everyone, have an amazing day.